Kevin and Irene first met when Irene joined the staff at Torrey Academy in June 2014. Love at first sight it was not, as the math department staff manual clearly states that only under extreme circumstances must you speak to any member of the music staff. Things were going swimmingly until one day Irene walked into the staff room with her hair down, and Kevin started to take an interest in the new member of staff. Kevin then started visiting the music department in secret and would try to impress Irene by mentioning he used to play the fiddle and would be interested in starting a ceilidh band. Soon after the summer, Jenny, the head teacher, kindly organised a staff trip to Arbroath, and it was this day that their journey together began. Now, having been together for almost 3 years, and I'm sure you will all agree that maths and music really do work well together.
I suppose the last time I did a speech, I think I was a groom, like, so that's going back a couple of years right enough. At the same time, it does bring to mind, and it's one of the few occasions, even then, I knew that I get to say something without Jeanette butting in. So I suppose I read that lecture. So moving on, I've obviously a new son-in-law, Kevin, and I think it's probably about 3 years ago that Irene brought him home, and I think we're actually going quite well, like a house and fire for a file, to tell you the truth. The fact that he had a bottle of malt whisky with him, that's about 90 David, kin. That didn't influence my one bit. So further to that, I can only look to the beautiful Irene. Should I say Mrs. Johnson, should I say? Mrs. Johnson. And she's been a jewel over the years, right through primary school, academy, university, and pantomime, music, and that kind of stuff. Opera company, she's just been brilliant.
We now come to the central part when Kevin and Irene make their commitment to each other, with Kevin first. Please repeat after me. I affirm my love to you, Irene.
I affirm my love to you, Irene.
As I invite you to share my life.
As I invite you to share my life.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forth.
From this day forth.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
Forsaking all others.
Forsaking all others.
And remain truthful to you.
And remain truthful to you.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
Thank you. Irene, please repeat after me. I affirm my love to you, Kevin.
I affirm my love to you, Kevin.
As I invite you to share my life.
As I invite you to share my life.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forth.
From this day forth.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
Forsaking all others.
Forsaking all others.
And remain truthful to you.
And remain truthful to you.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
This is my solemn vow and promise.
Thank you. Kevin, if you take the ring first. Repeat the following declaration, placing the ring on Irene's finger. Okay. In the presence of our families and friends.
In the presence of our families and friends.
I, Kevin, give you this ring.
I, Kevin, give you this ring.
As a symbol of my trust.
As a symbol of my trust.
My respect.
My respect.
And my love for you.
And my love for you.
Irene, please repeat this, placing the ring on Kevin's finger. In the presence of our families and friends,
In the presence of our families and friends,
I, Irene, give you this ring
I, Irene, give you this ring
as a symbol of my trust,
as a symbol of my trust,
my respect,
and
my love for you.
my love for you.
Following the binding declarations which you have made before me, in the presence of these witnesses, I now have pleasure in declaring that you, Kevin Robert Johnson, and you, Irene Kirsten Buchan, are now husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Congratulations.
One thing before I start, anyway, a lot of people think, like, you know, in a profession like teaching, you're going to be an expert at public speaking. But what you've got to remember is we are in there day in, day out, speaking to people that basically, they're young, immature, okay, not really grown up yet, you know, and they don't really know any better. But to be honest, looking around here today, I should be all right, I think. First, speaking about Irene's parents, yeah, so obviously we couldn't have done this without them. Ernie's saying, like, yeah, I used to turn up with a bottle of malt, but after a few weekends out there bringing this bottle of malt each time, he actually gave me trouble for bringing a bottle of malt. He was like, look, you don't need to be bringing this every time. I was like really? You know, I was actually getting in bother for bringing too much whiskey. And then, so what happened after that, I completely stopped. And then just, probably just even a couple of months ago, he's like, Kevin, you know when I kind of said, like, not to bring a bottle? So I didn't mean, like, you know, forever. I meant, like, now and then. You know? So that was that. Yeah, so, yeah, obviously need to thank my parents as well for their support for the wedding. Need to thank them for my upbringing, obviously turning them into the person I am today. And yeah, but the problem is I fell in with a bad crowd when I went to school anyway, so any hard work they'd done, yeah, I was basically knackered. Yeah. And finally, last but not least, I'd like to thank Wendy Lyon. She played a big part in us getting together. She was actually a bit of a matchmaker. So behind the scenes, before we were together, she was coming up to me at certain points, maybe on a night out or even just at work. She works at Torrey Academy with us. And she'd say, oh, I could see you with Irene. And little did I know, she was doing exactly the same thing to Irene. It's like, oh, I could see you with Kevin. And then eventually, yeah, it did. Obviously, we're here today and we're married. So again, massive thank you for that, yeah. And then this brings me on to obviously my wife now, I suppose, yeah. But the one thing with that, she wasn't actually supposed to be here today. Jeanette and Ernie, they had like 2 sons, and they did plan on having a third eventually. But as they put it to Irene, they said, oh, we're planning to have you, but just not at that time. Just like a little surprise. So I'd really like you to thank you for having this little surprise. Otherwise, none of us would be here today. Basically, I just want to say, when you know things are right, then you know you just go for it and propose, and that's what I did. So it's as simple as that. I don't need to go into detail. You know, that's what happened, and here we are today.
Anyway, we're all here for Kevin and Irene tonight, so what about them? I first met Irene in November 2014, and my first impressions of Irene was that she was fantastic, like really easy to speak to, really pleasant, and she seemed to make Kevin happy. In fact, that was one of the most important things really. It was nice to see Kevin happy, and that was something that I hadn't seen for quite a while, so that was really nice.
But I can honestly say, and Fraser mentioned this earlier, that for somebody who shows absolutely no emotion, I can tell you honestly from the bottom of my heart, Kevin has never been so happy. And it's you've done him an absolute honour of marrying him, and I'm sure you've got many happy years to come. So I'd like to invite all of you, who are glad to hear him finished, to stand up, raise your glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, cheers.
She thought the way she looked was not quite right. Always hiding right behind those eyes. Feeling all alone, never beautiful mirrors deceiving. They're lying, don't listen. You are one in a million, remember you are beautiful beyond perfection. Look up and see everything that we're seeing. You are beautifully you.
Today, on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other forever, you are holding the hands of your best friend. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years. These are the hands that will give you strength and support when you need it. As your hands are now joined together, now may your hearts always be.
One in a million, remember you are beautiful beyond perfection. Look up and see everything that we're seeing. You are beautifully you. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Breathe it in and nothing will bring it down. If you believe it, lift it up and make a sound.
Kevin and Irene, from this day onwards, may the two of you always be the answer to each other's questions and the reason for each other's happiness.
You are one in a million, remember you are beautiful beyond perfection. Look up and see everything that we're seeing. You are beautifully you.
May I be first to congratulate you and wish you a long and happy marriage.